It's another adventure with HiddenIncaTours.com. Please consider joining us in August of 2018 for the Elongated Skulls Tour. Today we're in the somewhat remote little town of Uyuni, which is not very attractive as a place to visit, but we haven't come here for the town itself. We've come here for the amazing Uyuni Salt Flats. So we drive on the highway for about half an hour outside of town. There you can see the edge of the salt flats. We're at an elevation of approximately 13,000 feet. And now the four-wheel drive is starting to move towards the salt flats. As you can see, the terrain is changing. We've gone from sand to a mix of sand and salt. And now more salt with some very crude vegetation. And now we're actually heading for the salt flat itself. This road is made of salt. So again, the terrain is changing. More and more salt is showing up. And we're getting to the actual salt flats themselves. It's the largest salt flat on planet Earth. And it's the result of the fact that Lake Titicaca used to be 10 times the size it is now, and all the salt shifted down to the southern end because the Altiplano tilted from the north to the south thousands of years ago. And here we see some little pools, bubbling cold salt water, actually almost freezingly cold salt water. And again, you can see the bubbling action. Okay, now we're actually on the salt flats itself. The darkness of the surface underneath the vehicle is the result of so many cars traveling across it. And here's some strange guy in the middle of nowhere. As I said, the salt flat is the largest in the world and was created because Lake Titicaca was once part of the Pacific Ocean, was raised up to an altitude of 13,000 feet. Then the Altiplano tilted, and the result was that all of the salt water headed south, and eventually the water evaporated, resulting in this deposit of crystal salt, which is about, as far as I can tell, something like at least 10 meters deep, which is over 30 feet. This shows you the remoteness of the location. Mountains in the background, and also the fascinating hexagonal shape of the encrusted salt. In some cases you can see beyond the horizon, or at least at the horizon, the extent of this huge salt flat. So after walking around on the surface, it's time to get back in and start moving. So the mountains that you see are volcanoes. So this shows you an absolutely fascinating landscape of volcanic activity, plate tectonics, the Altiplano tilting, massive amounts of water shifting and then evaporating. This is one of a two-part video I'm making, so stay tuned to part 2 in another video. And now we're approaching an island, a volcanic island called Incahuasi, which means the house of the Inca. As we get out of the car, you see structures that were made over the course of the last 30 years by one Bolivian individual. This is his home, and now also has a museum and thousands upon thousands of cactus. You see the multiple buildings? And now, after checking out the sign and description, we make our assault and ascent. It's a mildly tortuous climb, but not too difficult. It's about a 25-minute walk up on top of parts of the island. giving amazing views eventually of the salt flats and past thousands upon thousands of cactus. It's amazing that anything can live in this area because usually there are only 3 to 4 months of rainfall. But some spectacular views are allowed from different elevations. And as we continue walking, once again, of course, you see many different cactus, at least 2 or 3 species of them. But the main thing is the vastness of the salt flats of Uyuni. It will be part of upcoming Hidden Inca tours, probably in 2018 or possibly 2019, as extensions of major tours. Though it is remote, this area is only a 1-hour flight from La Paz, Bolivia, and La Paz is only a 1-hour flight from our central location of Cusco. And these are some upcoming tours at hiddenincatours.com. In January, we explore ancient Mexico, Olmec, Maya, Toltec, and other cultures. Then in March, it's Egypt, Lost Ancient Technology and Wisdom of the Ancients tour. In June, the Inti Raymi celebration of the Inca and celebration of the sun, including Pumapunku. Then August, the Elongated Skulls tour of Peru, the only tour of its kind in existence. And in October, we are going to explore the Bosnian Pyramid Mystery.